Mithril Racing was founded over 25 years ago, which actually in this industry makes us one of the longest established people operating track days and giving people the opportunity to drive cars that they wouldn't otherwise get a chance to even sit behind the wheel of. We have a fleet of cars which we hope will appeal to the average person who's not necessarily an out-and-out car nut. We've got 4 Ferraris of different ages, and of all the cars that we have, Ferrari is the one which most people want to drive. They've seen the Formula One, they've seen the classic cars, and it really is the sort of icon of motor racing enthusiasts and success for the rich boys and girls, and that's the car that is the most popular. The first phone call is always about Ferraris.
Absolutely excellent, brilliant, well worth it.
We have a Lamborghini Diablo as well. Now, Lamborghini appeals to a different type of enthusiast to Ferrari, much less motor racing based and much more the Kings Road, Boulevard, oil shake, pop star type celebrity toy.
Yeah, really enjoyed it. It's like driving a proper racing car. Beautiful car to drive. Never driven a Lambo before, and it's a great experience for me. Yeah, brilliant.
We have an Aston Martin Vanquish. Aston Martin's popular because of James Bond, and it helps they look absolutely gorgeous.
The Vanquish was pretty incredible. It was fast, seriously fast.
At the other end of the scale, the classic scale, we've got an Aston Martin Db4, which is the model before the Sean Connery James Bond car. Looks just the same, and that comes from the strapline, be a king amongst men and a prince amongst women. And still, the Aston Martin has got that cachet amongst discerning male enthusiasts. We get a lot of calls from people who want to drive Aston Martins.
For me, it's a dream come true. It's something that I've always wanted to drive, and to have the experience of driving it, it was fantastic. It was all that I expected it to be. So what more? I can't really say anything more than that, really, you know.
We have a Jaguar E-Type. Jaguar E-Type is loved by the 45, 50-somethings. That was a car they wanted when they were teenagers. George Best had one. It was the car that the pop stars had, and now they can have a chance to drive one. That's what the Jaguar E-Type represents. The AC Cobra is the most popular of all our classic cars. It's something to do with the combination of the stunning good looks, the hugely powerful engine, and it's sort of brutish and muscular to drive. And of all the cars, including the Ferraris, it's got the best soundtrack, the best engine.
Brilliant. That ride was fantastic. I really enjoyed it. You could actually kind of open the throttle up and give it a good go, and the sensation of speed on the track is just awesome. I absolutely love that one. And I've got to do this day again. Really good. I'm thoroughly enjoying it.
We've got 2 Porsches, a bit like the Aston Martins. We've got an ancient one, an old one, and we've got a modern one. The older Porsche is a 1973 RS replica. It's got the correct engine and suspension, and it's basically the quintessential go fast, no frills, Germanic sports car. It does exactly what it says on the box, no particular frills, no air conditioning, no electric windows. Very popular with the people who know their cars. The more modern Porsche is a Porsche 911 996, and that's popular because people know that they ought to like Porsches. It's not really such an aficionado's car, but being German and being a Porsche, it goes like stink. It's easy to drive and it's great fun on the track. It's a very positive driving car. We have a fleet of single-seaters. They're slick, wing, Hewland gearboxed racing cars. Hewland gearbox type of racing gearbox, no synchromesh, very mechanical, no frills whatsoever on the single-seaters. And there's a core of people who want to drive a racing car. Can't afford Formula One, that's impractical. So we can get people to experience Goodwood from the other side of the barrier.
Absolutely fantastic. Really good, yeah.
We put every person that drives one of our cars out with an instructor who first of all demonstrates. We use Alfa Romeos for this because they go fast, handle brilliantly on the track, and they look absolutely fabulous. So the instructor drives the racetrack according to the system of driving cars on the motor circuit. Then we change places and the guest drives with the instructor watching, and he is giving hints and tips to enable the person to get the most out of the racing car drive.
Good, nicely done. And then let the car run wide.
And also, very importantly, to brake when you should brake so that the car gets around all the corners, and thus the car comes back in one piece, but more importantly, so does the guest.
It was good, really enjoyed it. I was a bit scared, but got up to about 100 eventually.
We have a team of instructors who we pick because they've got experience. They're excellent racing drivers, but we like them to have a certain maturity to give them the authority, the gravitas, to control all situations that they might be faced when there's a client driving a high-powered car. And for that person, we think a few years under their belt is a good thing. We've got an outdoor go-kart track and a fleet of go-karts, and the emphasis that the team really try to make on the karting days is fun. A bit of competition. We don't want people competing on the main circuit, so it's a chance to actually race wheel to wheel in a fleet of go-karts.
Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, I was getting overexcited. It was great.
We have a skid pan. It's a real oil and water skid pan, but not many places have them anymore. And that gives us a chance to teach somebody how to get into a skid and then to control the skid, both of which are great fun. And yes, we do handbrake turns and power slides and all the rest of it. The skid pan is useful in that you learn a lot, but equally it's great fun. The mini adventure, this is a popular combination voucher. It's got a bit of everything. You get to drive around the motor circuit, you get driven around the motor circuit, you get to race go-karts, you get to practice skids and practice not skidding on the skid pan, and it's a bit more of a day out as opposed to the individual vouchers.
My lap was brilliant. I went round the mini like really fast, like 90 miles an hour, overtook a bloke, so go on girls, try it.
If somebody said, what does Mithril racing do? Mithril racing enables people to experience Goodwood Motor Circuit from the track side of the barrier, and that is quite a remarkable thing to be able to do, and everybody that experiences it seems to agree with us because they leave here with big smiles on their faces.
Excellent fun, recommend it to anybody.
I very much enjoyed it.